Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of the Disc Golf Answer Man.
Hello, Disc Golf Answer Man crew. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Had a question in regards to the Great Lakes Open that occurred this past weekend. Uh, Many players expressed their opinion on it not being the smoothest ran tournament this weekend, and I understand tournaments will have its hiccups and things come up that they can't necessarily control and have to work around. But following a couple of the players during round one, they were stating how every day when they came out for their practice round, the course had different things tweaked to it. Pins being put in their correct positions, OB being added to certain holes. In fact, the evening before the first round, there's videos of Paul Macbeth helping set up rope for OB and painting lines and things like that, as well as other players. While I understand things come up that's out of your control, I was under the impression that the course was supposed to be set up as it is going to be played for the tournament in advance more than just the evening before. How is that all supposed to work? Thanks for everything you guys do, and have a great day.
All right, so I don't want to a dog another tournament because although the Glassman Open and many other events that we run are very well run events, we're not perfect. We've had our mistakes. We've had our misinformation in the caddy book. We've had the wrong information. We've had to make changes to our courses based on something that happened, weather or something like that. So we're definitely not perfect. So I don't want to be the cast the first stone type thing.
Right.
However, there are certain standards that PDGA has. I don't. Robert is looking them up, but I know there's specific standards for how many days before an event the course has to be in the ground and set as far as OBs and stuff like that before, so that it is a fair practice for everybody that comes to play the course. Obviously, the course does need to be set up and ready to go. It should not be changed right prior to actual competition. So I don't know all the circumstances. I just obviously only know Facebook hearsay, what I read. So yeah, what are the specifics, Robert?
Yeah, so this is on pdga.com under the Tour Standards link, and this is under miscellaneous. It says courses are required to be set up for the first round configuration a minimum of 3 days prior to the start of the event for National Tour Elite Series events and 1 day prior to the start of the event for A-tier events. For World Championship events, courses must be set no less than 4 days in advance of the start of the event. For other majors, no less than 3 days from the start of the event. In the case of temporary holes or where courses are unavailable, the temporary configuration must be clearly marked for both the tee and target locations. So even if this was a Disc Golf Pro Tour event, so it technically is still an A tier, though it's considered in a different tier than everything else. This would have had to be set at least 1 full day in advance. And from what I understand, and this is, like you said, a little bit of this is hearsay and a little bit of it is just talking to people who are at the event or who know about it. It sounds like, okay, so Disc Golf Pro Tour does a certain thing, right? They bring signage and they bring, their trailer and all that stuff. They've got this stuff. Then they have local people who actually run the tournament, who are the tournament director. Right. If you think of Waco Annual Charity Open, Ryan Draper is the tournament director. He gets the course into shape, everything into position. Disc Golf Pro Tour comes and puts up their advertisements and sets up the Festival of the Flying Discs, things like that. And I think there was just a little bit of miscommunication on who was in charge of what portion. So,
I hadn't heard this.
Yeah, so I think that maybe the tournament director of the event thought that Pro Tour was going to do something. The Pro Tour thought that the tournament director was going to do something. And it sounds like it was a miscommunication on their part. I think that's the nicest version of the story, and it's really the only one that I know.
Okay.
There could be a worse version where the tournament director didn't care, but I know nothing about that. This is the one that I know about.
All I heard was that it happened. I hadn't heard any of the
It
context
happened.
around it. But yes, there are certain standards that need to be followed. Now, whether there are repercussions because they weren't followed, that's not our call to make.
And it remains to be seen.
Right.